Hi, good evening. It's Angie Knoll from Reconciled Solutions, and I'm coming to you at a little past 8 on the 2nd of April 2020. And it's important to note that date because in the morning on April 3rd, in the morning, Friday, April 3rd, small business owners across the United States are going to have the opportunity to apply for the Paycheck Protection Program, which is part of the CARES Act. And we've got some real groundbreaking information that we were able to figure out tonight. So if you are a small business owner and you are planning to take advantage of the Paycheck Protection Program tomorrow morning, on the 3rd of April, then please listen to this information carefully. We're going to be going over how to fill out the application, as well as make sure if you know other small business owners in the same situation as you, that you are passing this video on to them. We have a big reveal that we were able to figure out today about this application, and it's taken us a good amount of time, but I'm really happy to be able to share this information with you. So without further ado, I'm going to walk you through the application process, and I'm going to share my screen. Okay. So this is the sample application that we're seeing. This application is going to be available at Small Business Association lenders, banks across the United States. There's a lot of SBA lenders, but if you have a relationship with a bank, please check if they are an SBA lender. If they are not, you can go to sba.gov and look up banks that are, because you need to go through one of those banks that are SBA lenders to be approved for the Paycheck Protection Program. A lot of the information is pretty basic. Yes, no questions, owner's name, title, ownership percentage, etc. Things like that. The tricky thing that comes in here is that the Paycheck Protection Program is set up to provide business owners with 2.5 times their average total monthly payroll costs during the coronavirus epidemic. Okay, and in efforts to figure out what 2.5 times your average total monthly payroll cost is, we have to understand what is included in that amount and what is excluded. So per this document, the people that can apply tomorrow are employers, and the people that are needing to wait until the 10th of April are people that are sole proprietors, independent contractors, and self-employed individuals. This is an important distinction because tomorrow the application is open to those folks that have partnerships, they have S Corps, C Corps, and things of that nature. They have salary, wages, commissions, and similar compensation that they have been paying. And here's the big reveal. There's this whole thing around independent contractors, and are they included in calculating out the 2.5 times your average total monthly payroll or not? This is certainly a big deal in my world because the businesses of the size that we work with typically do have some independent contractors that work with them pretty exclusively, and they're paying a significant amount of money to independent contractors. So we want to understand what the total opportunity is for the maximum loan that our clients can apply for, right? We want to be able to maximize that loan because don't forget, a lot of these funds have the opportunity to be forgiven and no longer be considered as loans. So we want to make sure that we're able to maximize the amount of money that we are able to receive and to be forgiven. So the big thing in determining if the wages are subject to being included in this maximum loan amount is deciding what those things are. So the federal government has stated that it is the 941 wages for your company. So that's easy to go and look at past payroll tax returns and see what 941 wages were. What gets a little messy is that independent contractors are often playing a big part of the small business community. And can we include the amount of money that we have paid to independent contractors, given that we have not paid payroll taxes on their behalf? So what we figured out tonight is that this really comes down to how they are recording their income on the W-9. So every independent contractor needs to be completing a W-9. You can see my W-9 form up on the screen, and this is a big deal. There's two boxes up here at the top, number 1 and number 2. Number 1 is your name, and number 2 is your business name / disregarded entity name, if different from above. Now, the next part, number 3, is really what differentiates if you can include the amount of payment that you've paid to independent contractors in your calculation of total wages paid or not. If that individual checked this box, individual / sole proprietor or single member LLC, then chances are those wages are subject to be included in the total amount of wages that your small business has paid. Okay, and if they have checked C Corp, S Corp, partnership, trust, the limited liability company, or this other, chances are you need to exclude those wages when calculating your average monthly payroll wages. Okay, another big piece of this, or a big hint, should I say, is if the individual that put their information in 1 and or 2 has put in their social security number or their employer identification number. So social security number, it is likely that the independent contractor is an individual, sole proprietor, or single member LLC. If they put in the information for an employer identification number, then they cannot check off that individual, sole proprietor, or single member LLC box. So you have to exclude those wages from your monthly wages calculation. So that's really, really a very big deal. So back to the program itself. Borrowers can request 2.5 times the average monthly total payroll cost incurred. And there's some other things that borrowers can also include in the average monthly payroll cost, which is right here. Payment required for the provision of group health care benefits, including insurance premiums, payment for vacation, parental, family, medical, or sick leave, allowance for dismissal or separation, payment of any retirement benefits, payment of state or local tax assessed on the compensation of the employee. So those are really big deals, okay? So if your company is providing health insurance for your employees, the amount that you pay towards the health insurance provider is going to be included in your wage calculation, as would be any employer portions of a retirement plan. So a simple IRA or a 401k plan, any of that gets included in figuring out what your monthly wages are and to calculate the maximum loan available for your business. Going through the rest of the application, most of it's pretty basic. We'll see tomorrow when the applications come out, but number of jobs is really just the number of jobs that you are providing, and those are full-time or full-time equivalent. So if you have 2 part-time employees, that add up to a full-time employee, I would include that as 1 full-time job. They want full-time equivalent jobs here. And the rest of these questions are all pretty basic. Again, you're going to be contacting your local banker to be applying for these loans, and they are on a first come, first serve basis. So it is important to get that information in there accurately and quickly, because the loans are probably going to be running out very quickly. So I encourage all of you to apply and follow these requirements that I have set forth tonight. And good luck. Let me know if you have any questions. This is a great opportunity, considering that the interest rate on this loan is 0.5%. So that's next to nothing. And I hope that you'll be able to take advantage of it to help you during this difficult financial time. Thank you again, Angie Knoll, and have a good night.